For the longest time, the only way any of us could get close to becoming a super cool, cunning killer shinobi was by taking an all-black t-shirt and creatively wrapping it around our heads before performing cat-like cartwheels into shadows. Then the stealth kill genre entered our video game realm, and it was through that we could explore the masochistic rush of dipping from cover to cover before taking part in the sadistic concept of applying the few pounds of pressure it takes to collapse some unsuspecting victim's supple trachea. Top 5 stealth takedown games. Let's kill.
5.
It's one thing to stalk your prey from the shadows, but it takes a real well-engineered clone to stalk him in plain sight. Hitman Agent 47 does the damn thing. No one expects to be stabbed in the kidneys by a fair-skinned generic Joe in a fitted 3-piece suit. A majority of the fun is in a variety of ways and awkward positions from which you can take people out, poison someone's food, electrocute someone through the penis, which incidentally causes their face to set on fire. Silently shooting people in the face is always fun, but it's kind of an uncreative bitch move. Try taking to the old rusty, trusty piano wire. Feel the struggle, earn that body. The fun gets topped off with the fact that you can choose to do these things while dressed in the clothes of some previous sad stooge who blinked for just a little too long. 47 is essentially a contract cosplay killer. So kawaii.
4.
Underneath all the psychological red flags, Bruce the goddamn Batman Wayne is ridiculously awesome at what he do, and what he do is fill crooks and wrongdoers with terror, with ridiculous scare tactics, peak human physical conditioning, and all sorts of masterful training. While Bats can take on all sorts of comers head on, it's through the art of stealth and ninjutsu that he paints a soundless canvas of air with the muffled screams, light bone pops, and gagging of hooligans all across his Gotham City playground. Vince greats gadgets and gargoyles. #BatFriends. Utilizing the entire lay of a venue coupled with well-crafted custom toys is the Bat's approach, as he has the ability to seem as if he is both everywhere at the same time while being nowhere at all. I'm pretty sure he makes felons literally doodle themselves standing. Funny thing is, the criminals being hunted by the Bat must be more afraid of their criminal overlords, but they're not going to cover and pay those traction and physical therapy bills. It's not worth it, guys. You missed the Obamacare sign-up deadline.
3.
Learn your history or you're doomed to repeat it. Before Assassin's Creed, most people had no clue that the word assassin was originally derived from the Arabic word hashashin. Some people still don't know, and some of you are just finding out, and that's okay. Education. Nearly a decade later, the creed still goes strong. No. Entering the Animus introduced the world to not only a great assortment of skill-hooded heroes, but is also still taking its trek through times, divine dimensions, and well-preserved genetic code. The piece de resistance being a series' consistent hidden blade that allows you to snuff out any moron who allows you to get within arm's reach. Of course, you're not limited to that. You can hang people, drive massive weapons into their skulls, or straight up go in unarmed with the intent of using their own weapon against them. It's so fun to be fashionable and covered in blood, but fashionable.
2.
First-person stealth awesome is a hard thing to pull off. If we were really going to be picking people off from the shadows, we not only rely on our full visual field, but also our senses of sound and feeling of vibrations. None of that matters when you're a Dishonored virtual steampunk wizard with a vendetta. Man, you give a dude some magic powers, a dagger, a crossbow, and a solid cause, and he'll remove the heads and butts of his sworn enemies across an entire kingdom. Played right, Corvo is the perfect example of a dual-classing rogue mage hybrid, creative connoisseur of murder, slowing down time while at the same time sliding, teleporting from point to shadowy point, staying out of enemies' cones of view, only to descend upon them and flank them for some of the most gruesomely awesome, gorgeous deaths and executions in the history of imaginary ever. I don't really know if it should feel so great to subtract such a massive lives from this plane of digital existence, but as a great guru once said,
who gives a
1.
One of the things all these gems have in common is the multiple ways you can approach a situation, but it was through Splinter Cell's vicarious living through the protagony of Sam Fisher that I personally really learned that there are several ways that I can covertly take on difficult stages. Before the bat was properly interactively introduced, Splinter Cell was the friend who taught me to shoot out a light bulb before entering a room, and once I get in, it's night vision goggle time. That iconic high-pitched sound told me that it's about to go down, and I'm about to keep things turned down because I really don't want to get caught or set off any alarms. That would be horribly awkward, and I'm allergic to being shot in the neck. Thanks. I'm making my move, setting up traps, using camera gadgets to look under doors like some sort of pervert, catching bodies by shooting puddles on the floor with electric contraptions, crawling through ventilation systems and destroying the unsuspecting, all while rocking a fantastic wall-to-wall Jean-Claude Van Damme Bloodsport box straddle. I'm a man. I am Sam Fisher.
Welcome to 4th Echelon.
This was a very difficult list. I wanted to mention Metal Gear Solid, but it got edged out. Don't be mad at me. If you disagree with my choices, let me know in the comments or on Twitter @Flitz. A big shout out to Josh Squash @JoshofSquash01 on Twitter for sharing the idea. Now you have another thing you can tell everybody in the room about. Thank you, sir. I'm Flitz, and thank you for watching. All of the stealth people I mentioned besides Batman are cold-blooded killers, just like Lasercorn and his top 5 anti-heroes. Or how about some Call of Duty on his game trailer? I promise it won't be the same as the others. Maybe.